What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. It is the 13th day of December, and here we are sitting at about $2.03, moving up a little bit on the day with yesterday's lows being at $1.97. It's nice to see. It is really looking like we did have some type of a fake out right here, right? We were finding support, went a little bit lower, but then found immaculate support there with a very proper reaction. I mean, just consistently moving up here. You literally flash crash down and just immediately tenaciously ate that back to the upside. And now you're consolidating back where you were before, as if this never happened. I think you're going to move higher. With that being said, can you drop from here? Yes. Can you go lower than this low? Yes. Will everything still be fine? Yes. Yes, it will. Let's do some TA. We'll look at the indicators and then we'll zoom out and kind of wrap this up as we go. 1 hour time frame here. The RSI. It's kind of interesting. It's actually opposite of what I've been seeing. It's bullish but weird. It's weird, right? Normally, I would say if you're getting oversold but you're not getting overbought, I would say that's bearish. But because you're living above the 50 so much and a lot less of your time is spent below the 50, I think you are in a more bullish posturing than a bearish posturing. You have higher lows overall. You do have a flat top, but I still think you look good. Can you come down and still come up? Yes. So do be okay, or at least aware of the possibility that you could drop from here before moving higher. Stochastics are right at the 50, perfect area to bounce. RSI is basically right where it was before whenever it bounces. It's at a good area to bounce, but you can go lower before bouncing. The MACD is crossed above the zero. It looks good, but you've been so choppy and so weird that I don't think the MACD really matters. It looks good, but who cares? 4 hour time frame here. If we're zooming out, you do have higher highs in the RSI. You do have lower highs in the price, technically, right? Here you've got a high, closing high right here. Your closing high here is at a lower high, but you have higher highs in the RSI. That is hidden bearish divergence. I think this move down is looking probable at the moment. Now, when I say a move down, I'm not talking about a move lower than this low. I just mean from here lower. I'm not seeing anything that suggests that we're going to go lower than this low. If we do, again, we can go to $1.94, $1.80, probably somewhere in that area. Could we go even below like $1.60? Yes, it's possible. I'm not calling for that personally. I'm not calling for $1.80 or $1.94 either, but I think that's a little bit more possible of an outcome. What I think is going to happen is we're going to find a higher low relative to this low, and then we'll move up. And then the next attempt up at this same area that we're at now will break through and send us higher. That's my thought. Stochastics getting tied up here. You've gotten tied up here a couple of times. The MACD does have bullish divergence, and you're playing off of that. You've got these oscillators here giving you a low, a higher low, a higher low, and a higher low here. I mean, you keep trying to cross through the zero threshold. You're going to get it this time, man. You're going to get it. I think that we're going to get a nice move here pretty soon. But first, you might go a little bit lower. It is Saturday. Understand that we could spend the next day and a half moving down like this, and then before you know it, you start moving up, and it's Monday. That's Monday right there, and then we could start moving up. You know what I mean? Or we could even move down on Monday, and we could see a lower low, and then we move up. Whatever happens, it's fine. I wouldn't be surprised actually if we saw a little downward price action on Monday, because I'm expecting next week to be green. And anytime that I expect a week to be green, I normally would expect that Monday would be red. It's like a superstition. Daily time frame here, looking at the RSI. It is interesting, the RSI on the daily time frame. It's a bit disappointing, but it's interesting, because typically this is how you found resistance. It's just like this. But here, it's like you've been consolidating. You've been doing it differently. You're not just rejecting from a single point. Right? You're doing a little dance and finding multiple points, several points, and still not even really rejecting, just consolidating in this area, doing something different. We've been expecting. We've been on the edge of our seat now for probably, since the very end of November there. For the past couple of weeks, we've been on the edge of our seat expecting higher prices, but we just keep going lower. I do think we're going to go higher. I personally don't believe that we go lower than yesterday's low, but if we do, that's okay. I really don't believe we go below this low. I highly doubt that we go below this low. Maybe there's like a 60-40 chance, 60% chance that we don't go below that low, 40% chance that we do. I'd say there's like an 80% chance that we don't go below this low. Okay. Any time spent below this low at all, if at all, will be very short-lived. And we should be moving up soon, breaking breaking out of this zone overall, likely moving to the top end of this whole zone here. So something around 260, 270. 270 sounds good to me because prior resistance, prior support, support, support. It just seems like the obvious outcome. We take a high here to the low here, not the fake out low, but the low here. Your golden ratio is at 250. Your 2272 is at 274. I mean, maybe we even go higher. We could stop at 250. We don't have to go all the way up to the top end of this range, but I would expect that we go somewhere, let's say 250 to 270 or higher. And when we go there, it'll be a quick move. Like how we've been moving, it's not going to be that way on the way up because we're so suppressed here. I think that we're being held down. That's probably a good way to put it, is being held down. Whenever you release that pressure, it's just going to shoot up. It's not, we're not going to slowly meander our way up like this. I think it's going to be a quick reaction up. That'd be my expectation, but we'll see. Daily time frame here. The RSI, it's a little bit odd, but I would say it has bullish implications. That's for sure. The stochastics bouncing off the oversold zone is bullish as well. And then the MACD, you're building a lot of bullish momentum here. I shouldn't say a lot, but consistently building. You're at a point where you'd expect to bounce. And yesterday, I was taking a bit of a bearish stance because here you were building momentum and then it died off. It seemed as though we were about to cross. Now that you're moving up, it seems as though, again, your bullish momentum is building. And this, the way that the MACD is reacting here, bouncing off of its orange line like this, the blue line bouncing off the orange, showing that respect, it's actually a really good thing. So you had your good thing here, and you did nothing with it. That's not good. You've got the good thing going for you again. As long as this maintains, if today can close here or higher, this is actually a really good look, and I would say that there's a really high chance that we don't go below this low. But if today were to come down and close red, likely we will go below $1.97, $1.96. Likely we go back down to around like $1.90, $1.94, maybe even just below there. Maybe we form a double bottom, something like that. But if we can close today green here or higher, I would thoroughly assume that we are moving up from here. Yeah, like soon enough we'll be breaking out. I got nothing else. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Overall, at the end of the day, we're expecting that XRP will break out of this range that you've been in for the past year now. You're going to break out of this range. You go up to new all-time highs. We're looking for that $13 to $16 area sometime in Q1. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.